In this video, Jason Les, CEO of Riot Platforms, addresses the recent drop in Bitcoin's value while expressing optimism for the cryptocurrency market following Trump's election, which may bring regulatory clarity and boost investors' confidence after years of challenges. He points to a positive trend in Bitcoin mining stocks and suggests that a pro crypto administration could enhance opportunities for companies like Riot, especially with growing interest from fixed income investors seeking Bitcoin exposure through innovative financial instruments.
A momentous movement in the Bitcoin and broader cryptocurrency market since the presidential election. You really have to look backwards to understand why. There was a whole of government attack on this industry for the past 4 years, and that suppressed a lot of investment and took a lot of capital out of the out of the space, sidelined a lot of capital while the rest of us have been trying to build this industry. And by simply being friendly and not adversarial, the new Trump administration has lifted a massive regulatory burden that was carried over this whole space. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot of excitement and movement in the price immediately following that election. I know there's been a number of engagements and projects that President-elect Trump have talked about relative to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And as industry leaders, we are very excited to engage with the new administration on these projects. But I would say by simply not being adversarial, even being just neutral, it is a 180-degree environment from what we have dealt with for the past 4 years.
How do you anticipate it impacting your business specifically? Because I know over the past year to date, for example, if I look at your stock, it's down a little over 24%. Do you expect to see a read-through?
Yeah, I think that with the new administration in the White House, with the changes that we've seen in Congress, we have opened the way for new regulatory clarity to come through. There's been a number of bills that have not been able to be passed because opponents to the space, both in Congress and in the White House, did not allow them to move forward. A lot of investors are sidelined because of regulatory clarity. I also think the new administration's view on energy and energy policy is very bullish for not only Bitcoin miners, but HPC AI data center developers as well, and all sorts of technology that needs more power. So I'm very excited about the new era that we're going into this industry. While a lot of the Bitcoin mining stocks, Bitcoin stocks have suffered year to date. I think you've seen tremendous rise, Riot specifically up about 40% over the past 3 months. A lot of that kicked in following the election.
We also have heard talk about the fact that President-elect Trump could appoint a crypto czar. Is that just another catalyst you're seeing for the industry?
I think having expertise inside the White House advising the president and the rest of the administration on crypto Bitcoin policy, I think that's very important. Industry perspective, industry insights always helps lawmakers make good decisions. And what I'm very grateful for is the lawmakers that we have built relationships with and educated and worked with over the past few years. And bringing all of these parties together with a role like that, I think can be very beneficial for making the United States a leader in Bitcoin.
We've also seen a slew of companies benefiting from the broader Bitcoin rally. One of them, of course, being MicroStrategy, continuing to buy Bitcoin at its highs, even issuing debt to be able to purchase more Bitcoin, which then pushes the stock higher. Would you consider a similar process over at Riot?
We're following these developments really closely. We're open to all options to create shareholder value. I think what MicroStrategy is identified and taking advantage of right now is the fact that there is a lot of fixed income capital that is looking for exposure to Bitcoin. And in many of their cases, convertible bonds are the only way to get exposure to that. So that's why you're seeing companies like MicroStrategy get very attractive terms, zero coupon debt, long dated debt, and with the use of proceeds simply to buy Bitcoin. So there's certainly interest in this. It's certainly something that we're following closely.
That sounds a little bubbly to me, Jason.
Well, you have to remember a lot of these fixed income investors, they do not have any other way to get exposure to Bitcoin. They cannot buy Bitcoin. They cannot invest in Bitcoin equities. But what they can invest in is fixed income instruments, securities like convertible notes. And there's still a conversion premium, so those investors are getting a return. And while it's unsecured debt, it is effectively built on top of the foundation of Bitcoin that MicroStrategy has built. So I don't know if I would use the word bubbly, but what I would say is there is a momentous amount of demand right now.